tipping the scales just over 12,600 pounds. A nice large triple slide Sanibel, and I tell you, that weight is not really bad for something this size. So here's kind of my takeaway in this one. Overall, it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but folks, it's a lot closer to perfect than dead. It's got a couple little glitches on it. I will point those out as we go through here. Just like down at Haylett RV over here at Advantage One RV, we always try to represent things fairly accurately and honestly. So with that in mind, let's get to it. What am I talking about? I've really found three things in particular to note. But again, 99% of the RV, fantastic. So what am I talking about? Well, one of the things I noticed is up here on the nose, I don't even think it's sun fading. I think this is actually a symptom of frequent use of the RV. There's a little bit of, it looks like fade there on the nose cap. I think that is actually effectively almost like sandblasting, because look at this shine on the rest of the RV. It's not sun faded, and it's not even across the entire cap. So I think what's happened is, as this RV's been towed down the road a lot, the particulate in the air has basically sandblasted part of the nose. And for a good example of that, when you're going down the highway, stick your face out the window and let me know how quickly it starts to feel like hamburger. That's what your RV goes through all the time. The other two things I noticed would be right here. The couches. They got used. They got used a lot. And I tell you, whoever bought this, you absolutely got your money's worth out of that original sofa. The rear hide-to-bed looks like it has seen some similar activity, but not quite as extreme. Other than that, though, like, I get that these don't look delightful. I encourage you to look beyond that. I encourage you to compare the price tag of this RV against something this size, shape, and with this equipment in the brand new market, and then factor in the cost of just maybe a couple replacement couches or something like that. Folks, you're not doing bad here, not by any stretch. And I love the floor plan. This is an extended rear living. This is actually, like, you know, you look at it, it looks a lot maybe like something like a 3120 Montana, but it's actually a little bit closer to something like a 3720. This is an extra large, extra long coach. You know, it's longer living room, more space between the kitchen and the living. It has an extended upper deck that you'll get to see in just a minute. There's a lot of space on this one, and just wide open, easy viewing entertainment center right here. If you were so inclined, I think you could actually probably bulk up and get a little bit bigger screen right there. Little wine rack up top above that residential refrigerator, which means that there should be about a 1,000-watt inverter rolling around somewhere in like the pass-through compartment of this RV that we'll get to see in a little bit. Central vacuum cleaner over there on the island. Normally I don't like them dead in the middle of the kitchen and living room like this, but kitching, ing, nope. Anyway, but my point is, since this RV is so big, I actually like that that's centrally located so I can actually get to everything. It makes a little bit more sense. And notice your entry to the bedroom and bathroom is over on the driver's side. This is kind of a classic upper deck sort of arrangement. I've always really liked it. It reminds me, in a sense, of like the old 36 REQS Jayco Designer. That probably means nothing to you. It's just I've been around this business for a while, and you know how some people can, name cars based off just the sound that they make? I can kind of name campers off by floor plan and model number in a way that just absolutely doesn't matter to anybody. Let's get this storage open, shall we? You may have also noticed handy shoe garage right by the door, those handy little shoe shelves. Something I haven't mentioned, though, is the fact that this RV was an early adopter of dual whisper ducted air. So the AC units in both the bedroom and the living room have a noise reduction system on them. Now take a look over on our left. That is the start of an upper deck super slide. That's another indication that this is a little bit bigger than the average bear. This is a triple super slide RV. We will see that extra bedroom hallway storage in just a minute. I want to get you up here into the bedroom, though, where you get to see that awesome, stackable washer, dryer already installed for you. That's another thing that makes me think that somebody used this, and really, they took good care of it. They just used it a lot, and the chairs show it. Once again, I bet by now you forgot about the chairs, didn't you? Because the rest of the RV is fantastic. The rest of the RV is in great shape. Now, up here in this closet, it's a little different, but I think well done, the use of space. You have all that like handy pocketed space where you could put folding stuff. But up here in the nose, allow me to slide these out of the way, pardon me. Serious dresser space built in there. On top of the dresser space, straight across from the bed, which, by the way, is a, looks to be about a 70 by 80 king bed. That breeze window there, I expected. I will say that's a nice touch. I did not expect to see that window over there above that little bonus dresser, because once again, with the extra slide space, they had a little extra filler space, and why not make it functional space and storage? Now, here's a handy little pro tip for you. Put this on your departure checklist. Make sure you latch that door in transit. Otherwise, there's nothing really stopping it from swinging around, banging around. You know, a little ounce of prevention worth a pound of cure. That's what you want to see when you're closing the slides right there. Not to mention you don't want to accidentally crush the door. Anyway, so this space right here, I'm at kind of an awkward angle to get to it, but thankfully I prepared some X-ray vision footage for you. You can see some extra closet space, bonus dresser drawer. Now you could use that for bedroom space. You could use it for bathroom storage. You use it however you want, I suppose. Similarly, when we come over here into the bathroom, you've got some good dedicated linen space. Give you a quick peek inside all of that goodness right there. Porcelain foot flush stool with some nice leg room. Very handy for bigger folks like me. And, you know, the RV, maybe it needs like a quick surface clean. Like I see a couple critters that found their way inside the RV and they died after it got winterized and put away for storage. That's the worst that we're talking about here, folks. It's just not a major ordeal. I haven't seen anything that's super concerning. You probably want to reskin the so. Like, actually, what's funny is I went back and I sat on those couches. I understand why the folks spent a bunch of time there. They're really comfy. I don't know if I'd even replace them. I might just find an upholstery shop and get a real cheap skin to put on those and call it good. And again, overall, I am impressed with just the sheen, the shine, the glimmer on the outside. It was used again, but I don't see where it was ever beat up. I actually see a lot of signs of good maintenance and then good ownership signals like this. If you look just under the door, you see the original fold-out steps. Folks spent a little money adding the nicer MORryde steps, as well as one of those handy handles in it. Handy handles? Yeah, handy handles. Why not? Now, big pass-through compartment like you expect on a big fifth wheel. But look at this. How much fun is that? Swing-out, basement-mounted TV, all under that extended upper deck's extended awning. Kind of makes sense. When you get a bigger front end, you have a little more body space, sidewall space for that big awning there. 6-point hydraulic leveling, by the way. If you're not familiar with what that means, it means we have more points of contact on the ground. Hydraulic systems move faster. So basically, you're just going to get camping sooner and spend less time, you know, waiting on stuff. I noticed one other thing just now. I must have missed it on my first walk around. Look at the ladder on the rear wall there. It kind of bows in a little bit right there in the middle section. Ducking my head so I don't run into the fifth wheel next to me, pardon me. It makes me think that maybe this was barely backed into something, but I climbed up the ladder a little bit. I peeked at the roof. I couldn't see any problems with the roof. But with the weather being the way it is, I didn't want to get up there to risk slip sliding around. Overall, what I can see doesn't look too terrible. Also, I don't know if you're able to really see over the top, but there are max air vent covers up there over those, you know, like the bathroom vent, the kitchen vent, things like that. Good anytime airflow. Dual air is up there. The covers on those air conditioners don't look sun faded and weather checked, which once again makes me think the little like spot that you saw there on the nose cap, I'm pretty sure that was just from towing air particulate sand blasting this thing's face off when you're zip-zapping down the road at highway speeds. So when you're ready to start having some fun, give us a call here at Advantage One. Just what I needed. Another rhymey send-off. But short of that, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you need hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, you need the RV delivered or anything between, give us a call. We make it happen. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and have an A1 day, everyone.